Good morning and welcome as we go live on the 1st of August. Another year just absolutely whizzing by. No idea what happens to the days, weeks, and months. They just keep on rolling round, don't they? So here we are on the 1st of August as I'm going live on this Monday morning. And do come on and say hello if you are joining me live. Do come and welcome me in my craft room. It was a busy week last week. Took a bit of a deep breath and a step back over the weekend. But here we are again, Monday morning, and we're going to come and have a bit of a play. And we're really going to have a play this morning. But before we get round to doing that, before we get round to having a bit of a play with some crafty things, let me just introduce myself properly. So, as I say, my name is Helen Jennings. I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator based here in the UK, and this is my website. This is where you will find me, www.loveaduckie.co.uk. Morning, Jackie. Hello and goodbye. I know you're normally whizzing in on a Monday morning on your way out. Hopefully catch up later. But yeah, so here we are. www.loveaduckie.co.uk, and there you will find all things pertaining to my little crafty business. So whether you're looking for classes, whether you're looking for inspiration, whether you're looking to shop with me, whatever it is that you're looking to do, you'll find links over there on my website. And I've been already busy this morning updating my host code for August, as we are the first of the month. You'll find my new host code over on my website as well as in other places. We are in the middle of celebration. So we're really in the middle because we are just starting the second of 2 months of celebration. So whether you are looking to host an event, whether you're looking to shop with me, or whether you're looking to join the Stampin' Up family, there are freebies to be had. So free stamp sets, free packs of paper, free planners, depending on whether you're shopping, whether you're hosting, whether you're joining, will depend on what the freebies are. But do make sure you make the most of that during August. And if you've any questions, don't hesitate to ask, and I will help guide you in all things celebration. And we are in August, so let's have a quick look at the classes and things that are coming up during August. These aren't necessarily in order. We've got a technique class towards the end of August, using all the gorgeous vellums. So the Christmassy vellums that are in the mini catalogue, plus that pack of vellum from the annual catalogue, patterned vellums. So we're going to be using those and looking at ways of using those in that technique class towards the end of the month. We have a stamper stack with the Ringed with Nature bundle that's coming up on the 9th, which is, should I go looking at my calendar? My calendar still says July. It will be a week tomorrow. So if you'd like to join us for the Ringed with Nature Stamp Stack class, do let me know. If you'd like a kit in the post, we can organise that for you. And we've got a Saturday Stampers coming up. So this is on the 20th of August. This is an all-day event from 10 till 3. And it's sort of a card buffet. So I will create 10 projects on a by the sea theme or all at sea theme, and one way or another. And you'll have a kit that enables you to make those 10 projects, but you can pick which of those projects you want to make on the day. You can make 2 of one, none of some. It's entirely up to you. So it is a card buffet. So do come and join us for that. All at Sea, Saturday Stampers on the 20th of August. And we've also, I shall run an evening Stamper Stack class, and with that Ringed with Nature will be on the 23rd of August. So if you can't do a daytime one and you'd like to do an evening one, then that is available. This coming week, I have a kit class. So this is a new type of class. whereby you will be given a kit of products, and we'll be creating 5 projects, some of them fancy fold, some of them a bit more straightforward, but using the little kit that you've got and using the potted geraniums bundle. So you can either choose to order that bundle as, you know, alongside your kit, or just come along and use my projects and your kit to create your cards. And say that's this coming week, so do let me know if you'd like to join me for that. And the retreat in October, just got that flashed up there, so that you get that date in your diary, the 22nd of October. Do come and join me, and that really is an all-day event from 9:30 in the morning till 8 o'clock on at night, all fully catered, big goodie bag that you get to take away, and lots of inspiration for things to create as the day goes by, and lots of extra treats and goodies as well. So a fabulous day. So do get that in your diary and come and join us. So let's remove that and let us get ready to do some crafting on this 1st of August, Monday morning. So I'm going to bring in my downward facing camera, and you can see there that I have my little bucket filled with dice. It has been, say, a mad weekend, a mad week. Hi Jane, mad week last week, and I did take a bit of time back over the weekend, so I haven't done a lot of planning. So we've got nothing planned. So let's see what the dice are going to give us to play with today. A bit of a shake. Let's have a look. Right, so we're going to do a 5x7 card. That's exciting. We don't do 5x7s very often. We're going to have some multi-layers. We're going to do some blending. It's going to be in the in colours, so the new in colours. So we're going to be using some new in colours. We're going to have a thank you card, and we're going to put some gems, etc. on it. So that's rather exciting. So let me have a little think. Let me grab the in colours while I'm thinking about what we can be doing with that little lot. The joy of this is it really is a question. I've no idea what's going to come out of here either. I think in this basket of inks, it's not yet found its way back. We have the Orchid Oasis and the Starry Sky. Let's grab the rest of these colours. So that's Parakeet Party, Tahitian Tide and Sweet Sorbet. So that's our colour palette, or at least we're going to be incorporating some of those colours, not necessarily all of them, but some of those colours into our project. We're going to want a 5x7 card, so we'll have a think about that. It'll depend what colour we want. Wants to be a thank you card. I'm going to do some blending. We want multi-layers, which would suggest we want some DSP probably. So let me have a dig about and find, excuse me wobbling you. Ooh, we have the in colour glimmer paper. That might be an option for some layers. We've got the in colour paper there. And I've got the Tea Boutique paper. What's ordnance of paper here? And I've also got the Tea Boutique paper that is in, features those in colours. It might be that we use some of that. So that's thinking about multi-layers and in colours. We'll need some blending. We want something that says thank you, and we're going to want some gems, etc. Well, we can come on to the gems almost last. Let me go and have a quick look for a thank you. See what we can find. Yes, thank you. We could go. We could go down the cup of tea front because that's got a nice thank you on. This is rather lovely bouquet of thanks with the big thank you. Quite tempted to go with the bouquet of thanks. And perhaps use that to do some blending along with some, could layer up some of the paper. Rather pretty paper, isn't it? That might work quite well with that. We could perhaps have a little flash of glimmer paper as well. Let me go and find some basic white. Got a thank you in there. We just need to add in some blending. Right. Let me, I'm going to cut a piece that is 13.9 by 9.5. This bouquet of thanks is a beautiful, huge, big stamp. Gorgeous big stamp just there. I do think I'm going to use a Stamparatus just to make sure that we get a good coverage. Now I can take out this foam mat because it is a rubber stamp. So let me just pop my dice to one side and stack up these ink pads. Give me a little bit more room to come in here with this Stamparatus. I'm going to line that up along this line here and up along that line there, just so that I know what our starting point was. I'll layer that in here. Let's bring in one of these stamps, and I think I'm going to bring in Starry Sky. Or no, I'm going to bring in Parakeet Party. Nothing like a bit of indecision. Let's bring in some Parakeet Party. Let's ink up this stamp. Wow, look at that. It's just a beautiful stamp. I don't think that needs any more stamping done to it. So there we've got beautiful stamped image. We've got our thank you. Let's bring in some sweet sorbet and a blending brush. I'm just going to blend over these large flowers. Add some colour in there. I'm actually going to tear this. Apologies for those of you who don't like tearing, but because I want to layer it up and I want to add in blending and all of those sorts of elements, sort of even tearing it, it just reveals those sort of paper layers as well as the layers for layers of paper. Then come in with some Orchid Oasis. And let's come in round the edge here. To pick up that torn edge. And to pick up more and come over this banner section just here with a bit of blue. Really pretty. Come in with my link of Stella, just add in a little bit of glitzy shine on my flowers. Now obviously, because these are both water-based inks, you get a little bit of blending going on. So I am really just tickling the surface. And that probably won't show up on the camera, but it's there. Let's have a look. I'm going to tear this as well. Let's come this way. And we'll tear down this way. So if you want this torn edge uppermost, you tear towards you. If you want it underneath where you don't see it, then you tear away from you. Come in with the Orchid Oasis brush again. I'll just add a bit of a whisper of blue on that edge. And bring in some glimmer paper. Now, obviously, our card is going to be 5 by 7. This paper is 6 by 6. So I'm going to cut this at, so that will be 4 by 6. Going to grab some I'll have a little play with colours to find what we want. Red, green, stick with the Orchid Oasis. We could come in with a bit of Starry Sky. Quite like that Starry Sky background, I think. So let's cut this. I'm going to start with go 6.5 by 5.5. No, that'd be 6.5 by 4.5, Helen. That's better. And then I'm going to grab a piece of basic white. I think thick paper white. Now, to create a 5 by 7 card base, we first of all need to cut it 7 inches across the width of the card. Piece out, and then we need to turn it around and cut it at 10 inches. And then we're going to score it at 5. Our DSP layers. We have our torn and blended floral image. Digging through and twine and things. We have the in-colour gems there. Touch of green, flash of red. Green and red. That might be quite fun, wouldn't it? To do green and red. Now, do we want that going all the way across there? Let's have a look. I'm going to stick these layers down, I think. Can you hear my brain ticking? My glues have taken the weekend off as well, and they're not yet ready to get back to work. See if this one's any better. I'd say if anything, that one is worse. Come along. Little glues. There we go. That's unbunged it. Tissue. Tissue roll. Something. Right, so some of our glimmer paper in Orchid Oasis. This torn and blended piece of DSP from that tea collection, Tea Boutique. Let's take a green and red twine to give it a bit of a twist, so that we're give it a twist, flick of your wrist. That's what the showman says. It will stick this end down. Bring it around a little bit. Let's stick that piece on the back, and then let's twist that. And then stick that bit down there before it unravels. And then stick that on here. We'll add this to a nice 5x7 card base. Make a nice white border around there. going to I picked up the wrong one. Yes, didn't quite want that much. Let's take that out. Right, I'm going to bring in this flowery topper. Thinking about looking for some large dimensionals. Here we go. So this bouquet of thanks is such a beautiful stamp, really nice big stamp, and you can almost just stamp and go. Doesn't need a lot of fussying about before you make a gorgeous card, but on the other hand you can really play with it in terms of colours and textures and of those sorts of things. If you're looking for a really quick and easy thank you card, it is certainly worth having in your collection. By a bit of a double bow with these. That with a glue dot. Ties in that red and green on the flowers with the Orchid Oasis in the background. And then we just want some dots. Have some of those. So those are the in colour matte decorative dots, and I've added some of those in the sweet sorbet as well. These dots are really gorgeous because they sort of come in an ombre effect of colours. So you sort of go from the dark end of that colour to a much lighter shade. Just really pretty. So we have a bit of Wink of Stella on there. We have our dots. So let's have a look at our dice. Have we got gems, etc.? Yes, we have. Have we got a thank you? Yes, we have. Have we got in colours? Yes, we've used quite a lot of the in colour. I think we used a bit of everything. I think we have, haven't we? Oh no, we had no Tahitian Tide in there. Have we got a 5x7 card? Yes, indeed we have. Have we got some multi-layers? Yes, we've got sort of different layers, different textures. We've got our torn layer here. We've got our glimmer paper. Got some pretty floral DSP, this DSP matte in the background, some cardstock. So yeah, lots of layers. And did we do some blending? Yes, we did. We used our blending brushes to add some colour to our flowers and to add some colour to the outside of this mat and to the edges of our DSP. So I think that card ticks all those boxes on that with those dice. So just looking at the time, we might have time to see if we could create another little card. Well, it won't be a little card because if we're going to use our dice, it's going to need to be a 5x7. And let's see this time if we can bring in some of our Tahitian Tide. Bring that to one side. And let's have a look what other thank yous we've got. Make a nice quick card. Right, here I have grabbed Hello Beautiful. Got a thank you in. It's got these nice blobs. And I've grabbed the art gallery as well. Going to make this 4.5 by 6.5. We're again going to go for might not need that one to be 4.5 by 6.5. Bear with one moment. I think I'm going to cut the Tahitian Tide to 4.5 by 6.5 as a mat. I'm going to cut this down to 4 by 6. To take this thank you stamp and a block. We'll take some Tahitian Tide. Piece of card stuck on there. Let's do some random thank yous on here. I'm going to grab the stitched rectangles, I think. And what size rectangles would we like? You have one thank you right at the top there, and one thank you right at the bottom there. Might bring in some more actually. Bit like that. Let's take our Tahitian tied mat, and I'm going to cut a rectangle from there, and then the next size one down on this one. Let's cut that from there. Organising myself because my cutting emboss wasn't up and ready to go. It's still folded down from my weekend class. So Tahitian tied from the middle of that mat. Doesn't matter if it's straight, particularly because it's going to be covered. And then a basic white piece. So why we've lost focus on that. There's our Tahitian tied piece. And our basic white mat. Right, another block. Let's come in with this blob here. So you'll notice it has got this little sort of highlighty, it's almost like a smile, doesn't it, piece in there. And now I'm going to come in with this large flower piece over the top. I'm going to use Starry Sky. Let's see what that looks like when it is stamped. And to line it up so that the flower head piece wasn't what we wanted. Made a very inky mess there. That's because I'm pushing hard, because I know it's a bit floppy. Let's come here. Put those inky stamps to one side. Oh, apologies for knocking you. Ink everywhere. Now we need to bring in our blending brushes somewhere along the line here. So let's bring in that blending brush and some Starry Sky. Let's take our 2 white pieces. Let's come around the edge. Yeah. We'll come around the edge. Yeah. Let's take this thank you stamp and ink it up with Starry Sky and add to there. Bring in a bit more twine, but this time the Tahitian Tide variety. Wrap that around there a couple of times. And then we'll tie a little bow. Right, what have I done with my Tahitian Tide layers? What safe space have I put those in? Ah, here they are. They're in the card, in the stamp box. And we'll get another that, I think. So let's just cut ourselves a 5x7 card base out of Starry Sky. So again, we need to cut it at 7 inches, the shorter side at the top, 10 inches with the longer side at the top, score at 5 inches, so 5x7 envelopes are certainly readily available here in the UK. I'm assuming they are elsewhere as well. There we go. Let's stick this together. So there is Tahitian Tide mat. Our blended thank you mat. And to add this thank you piece to this, with these two stitched rectangles. We'll wiggle that bow around a little bit further. Put some pieces of dimensional on the back of here. I think we'll have one more bit of luck in the centre. We'll have that on a bit of a jaunty angle. Do like a jaunty angle. Play about with that bow and get it how we want it. And then let's find those in colour dots. And I think we'll go with some of these darker ones. Obviously that's going to need an insert in it because it is Starry Skies. So let me just grab some white card. I'll cut this at 4 3/4 by 6 3/4. Let's have Tahitian Tide blob. And a Starry Sky flower just coming in on that edge. I keep picking up the wrong one. Right. So 2 cards, 2 very different cards created from one roll of the dice. Oh no, Jane, that's some. We have them very readily here. Obviously, you could take those ideas and make them, you know, smaller on a standard size card base. But our dice said 5 by 7, which we've done for both of those gems, etc. So we've used these matte coloured dots. Thank you. They're both thank you cards. In colours, I think we've now used all of the in colours, all of those new in colours on there. They've both got multi-layers. This one's got stitched rectangle layers as well as standard layers. This one's got some torn layers, and they've both used those blending brushes and some ink to add a little bit of blending. So one set of dice and two very different cards. So I hope you have enjoyed those and enjoyed exploring some of the stamps and dies and papers and things that that are current, either from the annual catalogue or the mini, but I think they're all annual catalogue, those ones actually, which is all good, and the beautiful in colours. So let's bring myself back up here. So thank you for joining me as we sort of discovered what we were going to be making today. I knew as much as you did, so that's always good fun. Good for get the brain going on a Monday morning. So thank you for joining me this morning. And I don't think I've got any classes that I don't know about on Friday morning this week. I did obviously know about it. I just forgot last Monday that I'd got an all-day class on Friday. So I wasn't going to be able to be here because I was busy setting up. But hopefully this Friday all will be well and I will be back. And in the meantime, have a lovely week. Do have a fun, crafty week, and I'll be back very soon for a bit more crafting from my lily pad craft room. So see you all very soon.